Thank you so much. Number two, and also there's something visible. Wherever you go around, you see it yourself. Young men and women in Ghana who have nothing to do. Krokesio, Krokituo, Ekra, Ubepo, Namrati, and Mabawai, Etitibiase, Eto Dami, Owari, Ludu, Nichacha, Spa, Kwayedino, the Brazil to all the Asia. Now, on my and Mrantian Babawa, people at the height of their strength and power and creativity are idle. You know that society is not going anywhere serious. We have to put our children, have to put the young people to work in Ghana. It's a major problem for the society. Now, enye bibi so are fanciful. Unfortunately, so far in our place, statistics gathering is not very good. We are never quite sure what the actual. But when you travel around the country, you see it with your naked eyes. Because town after town that you go to, you arrive there at 11, 12 in the morning, and there are the young people doing nothing, just waiting for you to come around. I hope. Yes, you bet me I am Bibi. You bet me I am Bibi by managing the economy better. By being able to provide an atmosphere for expanding businesses in Ghana, for strengthening the Ghanaian private sector. Because that is the way in which we're going to take up that slack. And for the state also to be ready to support the labor-intensive infrastructural developments in our country. We need to do these things. And we need to do them as a matter of urgency. If the social crisis that I see unfolding before us, we're going to be able to do something about it. So that is number two. And in so saying, there are some things that we did which helped, which are being undone, for reasons that still are a mystery to me. When we came, 2001, cocoa, which has been the most important product from our agriculture, was then being produced and sold at roughly 320, maximum 350,000 tons a year. As a result of the initiatives that the NPP government took, instituting the mass spraying system, subsidizing fertilizer for the farmers, paying the farmers twice a year their bonus, supporting it with cocoa scholarships, housing schemes, cocoa feeder roads. They didn't go everywhere, but they went some places. The end result is that from 350,000, when Kufuor left, it was 750,000. And by now, this year, for the first time in the history of our country, we have a 1 million ton cocoa output for Ghana. And yet, when you go on the ground and you listen to what the cocoa farmers are saying, you know that that figure is not going to last for very long. The mass spraying has become heavily politicized. If you're not an NDC farmer, they don't bother. They know, especially if you're known openly to have NPP sympathies, they will not come and spray your farms. And I suspect that the balance that is left from this discriminatory policy is what is then finds its way to Abidjan. Some Ghanaian pesticides have even found their way to Ogun State in Nigeria. You know that the Nigerians have now decided to revamp their cocoa industry. It's now being found in Ogun State because there's a traffic in the chemicals that go into the mass spraying exercise. Fertilizer no longer being subsidized at the cost. When Kufuor left, it was 147. It's now over 300. complaints from our farmers. The bonus that was twice a year is now once a year, and even that is shaky. These are the measures that we took that improved the buoyancy of our cocoa industry. All of these measures are being undone as we speak today. In a couple of years' time, you will see that what I'm saying will have an impact on the figures that will be coming out down the line. So, this is it. Difficult economic circumstances for our people, manifesting itself in lots of unemployment, high cost of living, difficulties about education, performance for their children. These are the themes that will be the themes of our campaign. We can do so much better than this. I'm not saying that everything that happened in Kufuor's era was the answer to our problems. No. 8 years, there's a limit to what you can do in 8 years. But the sense of purpose, the sense of a country in movement, the sense of a country going forward was palpable. Today, you have the opposite sense. Despondency in our nation, a certain sense of helplessness because of the incompetence of the Mills administration. We're going backwards instead of going forwards, which is what should have happened after Mills, after Kufuor. So, these are the matters. And then finally, in terms of the themes of what we're seeing out there, Ghana cannot continue to be a raw material producing country. It's not possible for us to expand the economy at the rate which we need to expand it and give jobs to the mass of our people if we continue to be a raw material producing nation. Adam Smith said it a long time ago in The Wealth of Nations in the 18th century, that the wealth of nations comes from the application of technology to economic activity. Applying technology to economic, i.e. industrial development. The time has come for us as a nation to agree and work together in unity to promote the industrial development of Ghana. That's the stage at which we are now, and that is the program that as the head of the MPP, I am going to implement when we come into office in the year. Believe strongly that with the necessary leadership and the resources that we have, both human and material, in Ghana, as well as outside Ghana within the Ghanaian diaspora, we should be capable of making this structural transformation in our country. I don't understand why somebody can tell me that Malaysians and Koreans and Japanese and Singaporeans and Indians and Chinese can do it, but Ghanaians and Africans, we cannot do it. I cannot accept that logic. I cannot accept that logic. I believe we are capable of doing it, so long as we organize ourselves and believe in the building of institutions in our country and get away from this personalization of public issues and public affairs in our country. But focus on building those institutions that would allow us to address this critical development challenge. One of the things that the new wealth has brought us is the possibility that for the first time we can charter our own independent economic transformation. That we're no longer going to have to be dependent on World Bank, IMF, on Chinese, on this, on that, but dependent on ourselves as Ghanaians to get our country moving. So that is where we are. These are the issues, I think, are the main issues before us in our country today. They're difficult times. But I'm a big, big optimist. And I have big hopes for the future of our country. I think the country, it is not by accident that time and time and time again, in the modern history of Africa, it is Ghana that points the way. We pointed the way to independence. We pointed the way to coup d'etat. Yes, yes. And we have also pointed the way to the restoration of democracy. And today, we are the beacon of democratic development. We have these capabilities. We have these abilities. So many of you who have come out to make your life in foreign areas, have distinguished yourselves. Those of you who are not household names and things are still making important contributions to the life of the society. One of the very best things about being foreign minister in Ghana, the period that I was, is that everywhere, almost everywhere without exception that I went, the leaders of their country would always speak very favorably about you and about how you are behaving yourself and contributing to the life of the country. Now you can see a special warmth when they met you. Say, Ghanaian, oh yes, Germans will tell you, oh yes, so people here, very, very productive people, hardworking people, law-abiding people, they're doing very well in Germany. Steinmeier, who was the one who challenged Merkel, those are the words he met me with in Germany 3 or 4 years ago. You heard it from American leaders, I heard it from British leaders. So the human material is there. What it is looking for is the organization and the leadership. And we and myself are prepared to provide that organization and that leadership. What is it that we are doing together, hopefully, is that we will create a Ghana that would allow you to invest in and hopefully one day come and live back in again and feel comfortable again. I believe strongly that that free, prosperous, developed, modern Ghana, Danko and the others dreamt about, that fateful Saturday, the 4th of August, 1947 in Saltpond, and they lit the liberation, the flame for the liberation of our country. I believe sincerely from the bottom of our heart, it is within reach. Let us reach for it together and make something of it. I've said it before, and I'll close with it. The world is looking for an African success story. The entire world today, there are success stories in all the continents of the world, whether it's in Asia or Latin America, Europe. But the African success story still has yet to come. And I believe strongly that we can work together under the leadership of the new Patriotic Party to provide that African success story. Thank you so much. That's the vision.